me, NeeCJae. Today I want to come to you with Makeup 101 for the mature woman. If you are interested in seeing this video, then keep on watching. I've already cleansed my face. I've used my hyaluronic acid. I've used also my discoloration serum, and these are by Gold Pure. I will have a link in the description box below directly to their site. And I have used my vitamin C and also my moisturizer as well as sunscreen. I never go anywhere without my sunscreen. Sunscreen is very important. My two favorite sunscreens are Nivea and the Supergoop Glow Screen 40. So yeah, both of these do not leave a white cast, and I love it. They are phenomenal. Love these two, my favorite so far. If you are new to this channel, I have very dry, bone dry skin. Okay, I'm 50 years old, and so over the time my skin has changed. My skin has been dry for years now. It seems like when I hit my 40s, my skin just really started becoming more dry. So with that being said, I make sure to hydrate my skin thoroughly. I'm gonna put a link up here somewhere where you can click to see my skincare routine, and if you do not have a skincare regimen, you need to have one. Okay, one of my favorite foundation, it actually says it is a youth glow, the Hollywood Flawless filter. It doesn't even feel like a foundation. It feels more of like just something to really, it almost feels like a tint or a BB cream. That's how much I like this. Now, you can also use a BB cream. One of my favorite BB creams is by Maybelline. I'm gonna put it up here so you can look at it. I am totally out of it because I love using that in the summer. And I will put my shade up here as well, or in the description box below. And also I like NARS. This is a tinted moisturizer as well. I love tinted moisturizers. They're very light, but they have color to it, so it's very light. It looks more natural. Okay, so I like NARS, but today we're gonna use the Hollywood Flawless filter. Okay, so sunscreen on, everything is ready. I just apply some in the areas first that I want to cover. Now, I do not take any foundation all the way up to the eye area. If you have dry under eyes, if you are mature skin, you definitely never want to take the foundation all the way up because it can really age your eyes. So you really want to stay aware. You want to use as less product in this area as possible. Okay, so and you want to find something, a foundation that is close to your complexion. This one is in the shade 5.5 tan. And I just like this. I just love this foundation. Love it, love it. Then you can take a brush or a damp sponge and just go over it. And I'm stippling it like this because when I do this, it actually makes your foundation go into your skin a little bit better. Okay, it kind of just blends better. And I always like to find foundations that look dewy or hydrating, and this is one. And you can apply another coat. You can apply to how you like. Okay, just find a foundation that you like, that match your skin, that says, if you have dry skin like I have, you want something that says dewy or hydrating, luminous. That's what you look for. Okay, and you apply very lightly. Now after I go in, I'm just going to take my damn beauty sponge, and this sponge is by Rare Beauty. I love it. Love this sponge. I like because it can get in the corners, certain areas like around the nose. Now again, I do not take it all the way up near the eye area. We're going to tackle that later. Because I'm not doing a lot of contouring and things like this. This is everyday wear makeup. And these days, you're really not wearing a lot of makeup, you know, because we're wearing a mask and things like that. Now I'm just taking the butt of the sponge and just going back across just to make sure I blend everything in. And for me, I like to have a little bit of my imperfections show. You want that full coverage look, you can apply more to your liking. It just depends on what you like. I like more of a natural look, okay? And something that looks glowy. So once I have my foundation on, this is enough for me. This is what I like. I like this look, natural, still glowy. Not too glowy, but it has a glow to it, okay? If you have oily skin, then you may want to use a foundation that's more on the matte side, okay? You know, maybe a soft matte. I like the NARS soft matte. It's beautiful on, and I think it's great for oily skin as well. I like it, and I have dry skin. So, but when I use soft mattes or any kind of mattes, I really have to hydrate my skin thoroughly. So this works right here for me. I love the way this looks. Okay, when I do my eyebrows, I can use a couple of different shades. I can use a pencil or a eyeshadow. Now I'm just taking a brush right here, and I'm going to go into the Tasha Denona Glam palette, and I'm going to use the shade for my eyebrows called Crease. I'm going to use this shade right here, Crease. This is what I'm going to do just to give myself a natural looking brow. And I just go in the direction. I'm just filling in what I already have because my eyebrows are thin and sparse. So I'm just filling in. I never, ever, ever like to use black on eyebrows in any kind of form. You know, even when I'm working on my clients, I never use black. I may use like a dark brown or something to that matter. Never black. Black is just very, it's too harsh on the skin. So you want to use something that's a little lighter. And this is the perfect shade for my brows. This is an easier way to do it, or let me show you both, or you can use a brow pencil, okay? But I'm going to just clean up my brows with this, or if you prefer a pencil, you can do the same thing, you know, just very lightly. I'm going to use light stroke. I used to use eyeshadow all the time, and I stopped and I started buying the pencils, and I said, let me go back. I have all these eyeshadow palettes and I need to use them. And that's what you do. You just kind of build it with light stroke, very light stroke in hair-like position. This is what I not only do this, I use a pencil as well. But the initial, I like to go in sometimes and do it this way. This is really easy, quick, especially if you have a palette that has like a brown, a cool tone brown. Really great, especially for your eyebrows, or if you like a darker brown look to your eyes. I don't need anything really dark. It just takes away. So, and I go back in with my pencil, kind of shade it in a little bit, you know. If you have perfect eyebrows, you do not have to go through this step. I do not, so. But I'm taking a little, this is a Pro Pencil by Anastasia Beverly Hill, but a cheaper one and a better one that I like to use is by Milani, and this is like a brow and eye highlighter, and you can just take it, it does the same thing as that, and just go up under it just to clean it. This is so quick and easy instead of using a bunch of concealer and outlining it and all of that good stuff. This is just quicker to me. I do the same thing, I clean it up. It's just quicker and easier in my opinion. And you could just bring this all the way down to your eyes. You can clean it up. I'm just taking a brush, concealer brush, and just kind of cleaning it up. You just take a smaller little brush and just kind of clean it up. A lot of people say eyebrows can be intimidating. The thing that you want to know about your eyebrows, okay, is beginning, right midway is your arch, and then the end. Start at your nose right here. This is where your eyebrows, this is how your eyebrows should go, okay? Right at your nose area. Then you want to take it right to the middle. In the middle of your eye is where your arch, right? really in the middle of your eyes where your arch should go, and then toward the end it's the corner of your eye. So remember, the beginning of your eye, the middle of your eye right here should be, you know, right here, and then that's how your arch should go. Okay, so just remember, it's 3 areas: the beginning, the middle, and the end is where your arch should go. Really easy. That's how I learned when I was in school. When we used to do makeup, we learned how to frame someone's face when you're doing their eyes, okay? And I like this concealer by e.l.f. It's really a great concealer. I'm gonna use this as a primer for my eyes. You can use like an eye primer. Concealer works just as well. You want to use concealer as a base for your eyeshadow. Not only that, you want to conceal any imperfections on your skin, on your eyelid, because I have little discoloration on my eyelids. It may be a little darker, may have some texture there going on. So you just want to apply a little bit of concealer to your eyelids just to perfect all of that. And you can use concealer that's a little brighter if you want your eyeshadow to look bold and bright. A lot of people do that. I'm not wearing a lot of bold and bright eyeshadow these days, but when you do, if you want to, use a brighter concealer to have a bolder look for your eye. I'm not gonna use a real fancy eyeshadow palette because everyone may not have that. Okay, so today I'm gonna work with this Ultimate Utopia eyeshadow palette by NYX. This is a really great palette for the money, okay? Really great palette. So especially if you are a beginner. I'm gonna start off with this shade right here in this palette. It looks more natural, neutral, and that's what we're gonna go with. I'm gonna start in my crease. A lot of times I used to use a transition shade. There is no need for me to use a transition shade. This is quick and easy and simple. I simply want to put some color back into my eyes because foundation, once applied, can wash you out, okay? It can make you just look blah. So you want to add a little bit more. You want to add color back to your complexion, and that's basically what I'm doing. When I do this, I'm just starting in the crease in circular motions, very lightly, back and forth, really blending, not doing too much because what we're doing, we're going for a more natural, supple look, okay? And we can apply this over the entire lid. Let's do that. Having mature skin, I like more matte shadows. Now, I may wear some shimmers every now and then, but I prefer matte eyeshadows. That's just me personally. I like the way they look on me. Now, say we're going to do something a little bit. We're going to take this shade right here, a little deeper shade. Something really easy. We just can go right in the outer corner, okay, of your eye. Right here, right in the outer corner, just to give it a little bit of depth, okay? And you can take that same brush once you go in there and just kind of blend that out a little bit, okay? You don't want any harsh lines. And this is really gonna just give it a little bit of depth right on the outer V, okay? Go in with the shimmer. This is a light color. It's more of a peachy tone right next to that green. Very nice, natural. I like to use it with my hands, me personally, because I can control it a little bit better. I'm just dashing a little bit across my eyelid. Now, if you have textured eyelids, you might want to just go with a matte, because a lot of people are not good with the liquid liner, but you can use the regular liner to outline your lid. The first thing that I'm going to do, because I'm not wearing falsies, I'm going to tight line. Tight line is just applying eyeliner under your eye because I'm not wearing falsies and you don't want the skin to show up under the eyes. When I apply my mascara, sometimes you can see right up under the eye area and it looks a little weird. So I'm a tight line, so it looks almost like I'm wearing falsies, you know. And so that's what I'm doing under both eyes. It makes a big difference. It's just take the eyeliner part right here and just go as close as you can to the lash line. As close as you can. Get a pencil also that when you mark on it, you can see you don't have to keep marking, you know. Get an eyeliner that is really, really durable. You can easily do that, just as low as you can, close as you can, I mean, to your lash line. And you can do it first and then you can go back if you're not real sure with the liquid liner just going on its own, and then you can go back and line it right where you line, you know, just trace over what you did. And just go right back over it again. Trace over what you just did. The next thing that I like to do is go over my lashes with a lash curler, because it makes a big difference in your lashes when you are applying your mascara and you're not wearing falsies. It helps your lashes to curl. By Essence 24 Ever Bold Volume. I love this mascara. It has this little wand right here. It's like the plastic little wand that used to stick in my eye all the time. But I found out how to use it. I just go up under it, wiggle it a little bit, and pull it out. Wiggle, pull out. And you want to lengthen your lashes, so you just kind of tug on it and pull a little bit. And I use a couple of coats on each lash, okay? That same brown that I used right there up in this area, I think I'm gonna use under my eye area. And I just take a little brush, just a little brush, just so I can get right in this area and smoke it out. I like to just kind of, you know, smoke it out a little bit. Even if you are a beginner, you can do this. Okay? Very beginner friendly. Just to smoke it out even more, you can take your brush that you used on your eyeshadow and just go back under it just to smoke it out even more. You can look up, look to the side. Yes. If you do not feel like you need concealer under your eye area, then don't wear it. A lot of people apply concealer if you have really dry eyes, but if you do not need it, then do not apply concealer. It's not a rule that you have to have concealer under your eyes. There are days that I feel like, okay, my eyes look okay, I don't need concealer. Today is not one of them, okay? I'm gonna take the same e.l.f. Cameo Concealer. I'm in the shade, what is it? Medium beige. And I just use a little bit right here, because right in this area I see a little bit of darkness. I just tap a little bit. I think this got a little bit too much on it, but that's okay. I can spread it around. And I take my hand, my ring finger, because it is the most delicate of the bunch of your fingers for your eye area. And I just apply it this way lightly. Like I said, if you do not feel like you need to conceal any darkness or anything, do not. There is no rule that says that you have to conceal. You do not. You see a lot of people doing it because they're just doing it. But if you feel like you have darkness or anything around this eye area that you want to conceal, yes, go ahead. Use a little concealer. It covers up. It helps to make this area look brighter. And use very lightly. Now if you say, oh, I need a little bit more, just go in. I just want to show you if you need a little bit more to conceal. I like to blend first with my finger and then go in with a damp beauty sponge. I like this area in any way to be hydrated, and I like to use eye creams before. With my skincare, I use eye creams before I start to make sure my under eye is very hydrated. Now again, I do not use a lot of powder at all. I may use setting spray very lightly. If you did not see the video on how to apply your concealer without creasing, minimum creasing, I will link it up here somewhere so you can take a look at that. But now I'm just applying a little bit of setting spray to my under eye area. Just a little bit. And let that dry. I don't do powder often, but one of my favorite setting powders for me is the Airbrush Flawless Finish by Charlotte Tilbury. I love her products. Her products are so great, in my opinion, for mature skin. Once that dry under that eye area, I take my little brush, tap, 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 tap it off, and apply a little bit up under my eye area. That's it. I do not apply a whole bunch because it will crease and make me look 100. And I'm not trying to look 100. So yeah, that's all I need. No creasing, looks good. Love this. Makeup, foundation makes your skin look just entirely flat. We want to go in and use a bronzer. And you can use any bronzer that you want to use, okay? Just a bronzer. Bronzer kind of adds life back into your skin. It adds warmth and depth to your skin without contouring. Especially in the summertime, you want that bronzy look, that sun-kissed look, okay? I'm using, again, Charlotte Tilbury. To me, again, it is one of my favorite. And I'm just going to tap some in here. And you just want to go right on the apples of your cheek, like right here. You want to add bronzer where the sun hits you. And it's usually on your forehead, on your cheek area, you know, around this area. This is where you want to add your bronzer. Okay. All in this area so you can look sun-kissed. It just brings the life back into your skin. Okay. And just around my nose area. And this brush is just a brush by Sephora. It has 2 ends on it. I love this brush for bronzing and blush. Now you can add a little bit of blush if you like. This is by Milani. I don't use a lot of blush, maybe just a little bit. This blush is it's called Coral Cove 05, and I'm just using a little bit. And you can smile. That way you make sure you get this part when you smile. Right there. If you feel like you are a little shiny, too much glow, you can always go in with some setting powder. And just tap it over your face. I got a little bit of glow going on here. Just a little bit, just tap it on here. This sets everything. If you have too much blush on you can always take this and just go right back over it. It tones it down. Damn, this is basically your look. So what I want to do now is go right in. Again, you do not have to use this kind of setting spray, just a setting spray that if you want a dewy look, if you want a more matte look. This one is, it says setting spray all day long. It's not a matte finish, but it does help my foundation stay in place all day long. Once that dries, our last step as far as your complexion is I like to use a highlighter. This one is by Milani, one of my favorite highlighters. It is in 03 Sun Glow. Love this highlighter. Very, very pretty. I'm just taking one of my brushes from Milani as well, tapping it on here, and I'm just going right here. I'm hitting this jawline area. Not putting a lot, but I'm just hitting here near the temple. This is where the sun will actually hit you as well. So you want a little glow, just a little glow. And you want it to look more natural. So you want to hit right near this jawline, and I go up to the temple. To this area. These are the areas that I want to hit. Draw attention to my jaw area. And whatever's left, I take and just go up on my nose area, the cupid's bow. Okay. I am out of my favorite lip liner, Coffee Bean by Rimmel London. I'm just going to use this one by Body Graphist. It's called Rosewood. lipstick that you want to do. If you want to do a bright and bold, if you want to do a nude lip, you know, you just do what you want, what you like. So usually to spruce up some colors, I like to go bold. A lot of times I love bright lipsticks. I'm gonna go with the red today. So this is it. So that is all I have for you today. I hope this video was helpful, especially if you are a beginner. But let me know if this was simple enough for you to do on your own. Let me know. I would love to hear from you. Anyway, guys, thank you so very much for tuning in. Peace and love until next time. Mwah. Bye.